Step 1, wake up early, gonna rise with the sun. Step 2, get some good, some food in you. Step 3, think real hard about what you wanna be. Step 4, everybody just do your thing.
About the power of belief. And I'm just going to tell a really quick story. So I hope you had a good holiday weekend. I hope you're well. I just came back from my morning walk, so I'm going to get in and get myself together, planning my week and getting stuff together for the week. And so, but I'm not a religious or zealot, okay? I don't claim to be a preacher or anything like that. I just have faith and I try to have a faith in something. I believe that if you're in our country, especially if you're African American, it could be any race. Don't get me wrong, but I do believe that you need to have some sense of faith or in something. So, um, let me just start the story. So, a few years ago, maybe 6, 7 years ago, I was trying to figure out if I wanted to live in a different state. I was in Florida actually. I went down to Florida because I like the beach and I was doing events and things like that at the time. And I thought, oh, this would be the perfect combination. And so I was kind of having a hard time. And so I was talking to my baby sister on the phone. If you know me, I'm always talking to one of my sisters all the time. And so I was talking to my baby sister. I was walking in the mall, one of the malls. There's so many, everything is orange in Florida. And so I was having a hard time. I really was. And the person who was supposed to be Peoples that I knew down there was not acting like Peoples and all this kind of stuff. So, but that's irrelevant. So I said to my sister, I had been going through something with my divorce and the house and all this stuff. And so I said to my baby sister, I said, sister, I need one of those old praying mothers to pray for me. I really need one of those old praying mothers who know how to get a prayer through to say a prayer for me. And see, if you grew up in a certain time, you used to go to church and people would get up first, giving honor to God and pastor and thank the Lord for waking me up in my right mind and with the testimonies and honestly, that's another video, that whole in your right mind, because that's so deep. But they would always say, if you know the words of prayer, please say a prayer for me. Those of you who know the words of prayer, please pray for me. And I was like, when you're a little kid, you don't think nothing about that. But I'm gonna tell you right now, I said to my sister, I said, sister, sissy, I need one of those old praying mothers who know how to get a prayer through to pray for me. So we talked. I was going down the escalator in the mall. I went in and saw, and we got off the phone, and I went into a shop. It was like one of those shops where, women's shops, a little boutique like store. And there was these two ladies in there. And so we were talking, and the little lady, she was talking to me. She walked up to me and we were talking and laughing. She said, "Oh, you look cute. I like your hat," and that kind of thing. And I just said, "Oh, yes, thank you." That kind of thing. And I didn't think anything of it. And so I left the store. I was walking around. I went to the food court. And honestly, well, I probably didn't really have that much money anyway. So I went to the food court, and the lady, one of the ladies, little old lady, she had a little eyelash, she was trying to keep a little makeup on and stuff. So she walked up to me and she said, "Honey, how are you?" She said, I love your hat. I was wearing a hat at the time. And she said, "I love your hat." And she said, "I used to wear things like that. Oh, I used to be wearing it. Oh, yes, I used to dress, cute." And I was like, okay. Then she stopped me and she said, "Baby, what is your gift? What is it that you do?" And I said, "Well, ma'am, I do a lot of things. I can decorate, I can do this, I can do that." And she said, "Yeah." And I said, "Yes, ma'am." And she said, "Oh," she said, "You all right?" And I said, "Well, ma'am, I've been having a hard time. I'm down here. I'm trying to make it work and that kind of thing." And then she said to me, then I said to her, she asked me what was my gift and what was my talent. And if you know me, my spidey senses, that's a whole nother story. But so she said to me, "What is your gift?" And I thought, let me ask her the same question. So I asked her the question. I said, "Ma'am, um, what is your name?" And she said, "My name is Miss Juanita." And I won't put her last name in this video just in case people start watching it or whatever. But she said, so I said to her, "Ma'am, what is your gift?" Because she asked me, "What is your gift?" And I thought, what is yours? And uh, she said, "My gift is the gift of prayer." I can't make it up. She said, "I know how to get a prayer through. I pray to get a prayer through." I was like, "You better stop. You better stop." I could not believe it. I said, "What did you say, man?" She said, my gift is the gift of prayer." She said, "Baby, what's going on?" if somebody said, well, ma'am, I'm here, and those people not doing me right, blah, blah, blah. And she said, you could see her mind churning. And she said, I could not believe it. She said, I said, what is your gift? And Miss Juanita said, my gift is the gift of prayer. By the time I had said what I needed on the phone with my sister, and between that and maybe 30 minutes, the lady walked up to me and said, my gift is the gift of prayer. I was like, you better stop. You better stop. So I want to say this to you. As I said, I'm not some over religious zealot person, but I want to say that if you are asking for things or you are praying for things, somebody is listening out there. And whoever you believe it is, God, the universe, the angels, heaven, Jesus, whoever you believe in, they're listening. I couldn't believe it. And that lady, I know she was praying for me. And I really did. And I just cried and cried. I said, I got to my car. I just cried and cried because I was saying to my sister, I really need somebody who know how to get a prayer through to pray for me. Sometimes people want to pray. You don't need everybody to pray for you. Okay, you want, say something nice, whatever. But somebody, if you really need something done, you need somebody to know how to pray. And when she said she know how to get a prayer through, I said, you better stop. You better stop playing with me. And I have had so many different instances. I just had one recently. I was talking about, I was in Texas for graduation for my nephew, and we were all sitting around afterwards, my dad, my sister, my nephews, and, their girlfriends and stuff like that. And we were talking about my mother who passed away, Margaret, and how she used to give us silver dollars or $50 for allowance. And I was saying how I really would love to have one. Long story short, 2 weeks ago, I had to call my sister. This is my other sister. I called my sister and told her that. Actually, I told both my sisters, but I called and I have another sister too. I called my sister, but I went to Target early in the morning I think it was a Saturday or Sunday morning. Went to Target, and I needed some gas. So I had some cash left over from something else. And so I went into Target. I had some cash. So I was going to stop at the gas station on the way home. And so someone said to me, you should play the numbers. So, I play the numbers. I don't want to hear about it. Like I said, I'm not no religious zealot or nothing. But so I went in, I paid for the cash, paid for my gas with cash, and I got a ticket. And so when the guy gave me my change back, he gave me a silver dollar, a $50. And it had the year of my birth on it. I could not believe it. And it's not easy to find those now. And when I saw the guy, I think thought I was weird because I was like, "Oh my God, thank you so much, thank you so much." And he was looking at me like, "Okay, lady, it's just your change." But it was the fact that I said when we were all talking how much I really wanted to have one, and not only did it have one, but it had my year of my birth on it. I just was overwhelmed by it. I called my sisters, but I said this to say, if you do have somebody in your life who knows the words of prayer to pray for you, have them pray for you. And don't ever think that people, something out there, God, the angels, the universe is not listening. Because I really believe, as I just said, sometimes it could take just like that. And you're saying something, and there's a sign to say, yes, I hear you. And so I don't know where I'm going with this journey. I'm just trying with this YouTube thing, but I want to say, if you do know the words of prayer, please pray for me. I will say that. And that was one. And two, don't ever give up hope. Okay. So sometimes, and if you feel sad or you feel in despair, live another day. Wait another day, baby. Because sometimes stuff be hard. You think you can't get through it, but you can get through it another day. All right. So anyway, I hope that you have a wonderful week. I hope this has some words of inspiration. It will inspire you to say a prayer to your angels, whoever. And that's the thing about angels. If you need them to move, they can't move because of free will. So that's a whole nother story. But if you need them to work something out, you got to ask them to move. All right. So I don't want to get in, like I said, I ain't no zealot. But if you need them to move, you have to ask them. Okay, you can pray and protection. They can protect you, but they can't intervene. You must invoke and ask. That's a serious thing, isn't it? because you think you're praying, but you got to ask them to help you. All right, whoever your guardian angels, whatever you believe in, okay. But if you need help, honey, you got to ask them. All right. Anyway, you can speak it out and say it, but what you need. But you definitely need to ask them. So anyway, as always, I hope that you have a wonderful week. And if again, if you're down, don't be down. Keep working on it. And live another day. Okay. And all right, so I'm gonna start my day. And as I always say, I hope that you have a great week. And I'm gonna say, instead of saying goodbye, I say saving hello for another time. And I'll see you in the next video. Have a great week.